I don't like putting my hands in dark holes.
Yeah, take us through what you're feeling in there. Trying a bunch of different sockets here.
That's a wrench.
It's definitely a very meshy job, right? All right, so we're here working on the Kubota today. Already started yesterday with like oil change, filter change on that, the fuel, air, all the basic kind of stuff. We also got the gear oil out of the sprockets, replaced all that on both sides. So we also did that yesterday. A couple other things we're looking to do is replace the return filter. I believe it's in that tank over there. Another thing we're trying to do is replace these gas shocks here that lift the cab because they're essentially doing nothing. And literally me and Jason are both trying to lift this thing yesterday and could barely move it. Hence this whole contraption here. We had to use the Terex with a strap to get that up. So we're gonna replace those shocks. In the back here, right in front of this, there's two belts actually. One is for the AC and one is the main belt that basically runs the fan. And that one, they both need to be replaced. And the water pump itself, actual water pump inside, the bearings had gone out of it.
This is the water pump. I had a lot of play. So by the time you get out to the fan was...
Right.
wiggling.
So that got replaced. New pulley, a couple new belts. We're putting new shocks in, like I said, filter changes basically all around. Oil changes. We also to drain all the... to remove that, Jason had to remove all the antifreeze out of here, or majority of it anyway. I think a whole pail of it. So, because you have to basically pull this rod out, you got to unbolt it there at the bottom. You can see the, in case you've never done this before on the 75, you got to unbolt this there at the bottom, and then it kind of rolls out. But we needed even more space than the normal just to get service. So we actually had to unhook it here and get all the actual water pretty much drained out of that. So bit of a process. And yeah, so trying to get this thing in good shape here, and obviously just a general service, plus address some things that needed to be addressed, like the shocks and a few other things. Oh, also these cab filters. These are nasty. Look at that. So there's this one here, which is right up on the side here. And then there's obviously the one in behind the seat inside the cab. There's two. So we're working on this one here, the older girl, and then we're gonna flip over to that side, give some attention to that one. The Terex there is also pretty well done to the service on that, but we gotta do a full service on that Kubota. A little bit less needed. That one's a little bit better shape, so obviously the newer one. These basically just a service with filters. This one is also ready to go. Did a service on that. Replaced a few grease pins, some filter changes, and general check around it. This one here needed quite a bit more maintenance. We replaced 4 of these rollers. Or sorry, no, 3. There is a 4th that could probably also be replaced, but we're gonna let it hang on. Yeah, that's what it was. This one here's got a little bit of play, but this one was barely hanging on. The one in the front there was completely off. It was just along for the ride. And then that one was in really bad shape too. So we replaced that one, and this one. And this one we're gonna let it go until it falls off. Might get a summer out of it, we'll see. Also replaced 4 hoses, which you can see. I mean, there's 3 here, but there's one other one as well. So this thing is, basically it is something that is a huge operating cost. Every time you're doing anything from 50 to 100 hours, you can basically be sure you're gonna be either replacing a hose, something's gonna go on it, a roller's gonna fall off. The machine's insanely productive, but it is also an insanely high maintenance cost to maintain this thing. If it's not that one, it's this one. It's one of these two. This is basically the same machine, so it's just an ASV, but literally the same machine with the same problems. How's this coming along? So this one already had it. It's already been removed. Just gotta finish pulling the pin out.
Did you guys put these pins in?
No, I think these are original shocks. A little handy power washer here that we used yesterday to just give this a little bit of a rinse in the bay. Normally we wash these machines fully, like we'll lift up the cab, give them a full wash, everything outside, but this one hadn't had a chance to do that yet, and I just wanted to get the service done. So yeah, that's true too. It has been cold. It's January here, so we just washed this yesterday, a little rinse inside without getting a bunch of water, so we got this little power washer just for that. Oh, there we go. So there's the one we just replaced. How much pressure does it have? Look at that. Yeah, basically it was just along for the ride.
See that there? You can even hear it.
Yeah, that's just literally not doing anything. I'll try doing that to this one.
Yeah, right.
Here's the part number here, in case anybody's wondering. So same. Just a big difference though.
Yeah.
Okay. Relax, guy. Jesus. Okay, you're in. Good.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the way. Okay, so pin is in. Okay, finalizing the second shock here.
You're talking to me.
This one's got. Yeah. Start explaining to you what we were already doing. You're already finishing it. So this is what we're doing, Jason. We also got this piece here on this side here. It's like a safety thing that's always kind of leaning against. It's always leaning against the shock. So when you lift the cab to a certain point, it slides in. As you see, it's done there, and it gets below this lip here, which essentially locks the cab from coming down. So on this side, you got this to remove and install as well. So definitely good to have a second pair of hands here to help with that. Now it should be like butter lifting this thing. Okay, so didn't get a video of it as this was a major struggle. Took both of us here to get this spin-on filter here. So basically it was on there real tight. It had been a couple of years since that had been replaced. And so this is the new one here. This is directly from Kubota. It's known as the HST filter. And there's your part number. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on. Just gotta take off this wrap. And we got the little one in there, which is over here. That's this little guy here. It was right there. So that's just that one little bolt. Looks like that just clips off. So we got the spin-on one, that one, and then the in-tank one, which again, I believe it's there. Haven't even found out yet, but I'm assuming we're about to find that out. It's the most important tool. A hammer.
Yo, who cleaned this? Look at all this dirt.
Yeah, who was power washing this thing?
Oh,
I mean, that's what it looked like, but everywhere. That line, the dirt was on everything.
yeah, whoever was in charge of cleaning this.
The one? Oh, there we go. Okay, so got those 4 off.
I don't like putting my hands in dark holes.
Yeah, take us through what you're feeling in there. Can you get it or no? Do you have to pull up your sleeve? What do you need me to do here?
What do you pull up my sleeve?
Look, you're about to go. You look like you're about to go fishing in there.
Dude, I'm not going more than glove deep in this.
Yep. All right, I've been trying a bunch of different sockets here. Not even 1.5 inches, I think. Finally, so it's 1 5/8 inches.
That's a wrench.
Yeah, I know. We didn't have the socket. That's what I meant to say. We're looking for sockets. We changed the wrench. Socket size doesn't change. I guess this is what spins on. Looks like it's got a little thread, so it must be threaded in. And you tighten it by this side here, which is that 1 5/8 inches. Well, that tool's gonna be nice and not rusty for a long time.
I just gotta commit, I guess, eh? Why is it so tight?
Nobody's been there for a long time. This is what it's.
No, the other side. Oh, we gotta take this nut off?
Oh, maybe this little one? Oh.
And then there's like
Didn't even think of that. Oh, yeah, okay. So if you're changing this filter, it sounds like you gotta drain the oil.
so you can see what you're doing.
The thing with changing like hydraulic oil, like we were talking about, I guess this machine is a rare one because, I mean, knock on wood, we don't have too many hoses blow up, but almost every machine, the hydraulic oil is almost constantly replaced and be replenished because you're definitely blowing a hose before you're doing 1,000 hours at some point somewhere, and you drain all the oil out so many times.
Look how clean that is. These bolts.
Oh yeah, well, bathing in oil.
There's this random ass bracket that's in my way.
Is that what you just removed?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it? Imagine finding the right filter. Oh, look at that. It looks the exact same. Here, you hold the gross oily one. I'll hold this one here.
What's the number?
Unless there's a... I thought he was saying there might be like a mesh thing in the bottom, which... Unless this is what he meant.
No, there is a mesh one.
There isn't? Is that the one you're talking about?
This one goes this way, and this back right.
Okay.
And then there's, it feels like a meshy one up here on this side, under the seat.
It's definitely a very meshy job, right?
Okay. Okay, are you gonna take this somewhere?
Buddy, like, I don't have gloves on. I'm just a filming guy today. Give me that thing. Okay. Yep, that looks like the one we are
Yeah, I don't know what
replacing.
this one is,
Definitely an interesting filter. I don't think I've seen them like that before. Usually they're like
but
on the Takuchi, the Gal, the excavators, the Bobcats. They're usually like just vertically standing up in the back corner of the tank. Usually there's a tank back here or something, and you open the lid and it just vertically sits like this, and you just pull it out and put the new one in. A lot of times, and it's just like a spin-on type lock on top. I don't think I've ever seen it like this. I guess you are really supposed to fully drain the tank before you try to replace this. Okay, so filter finally on. Bit of a struggle here, but we managed, right, Jake? we managed to do this together. Just moral support over here.
no like commentary.
But you did get the hoses back on. Like, look at you. It's a good thing they're all like nice and lubed up there with lots of oil. And then just got to get the plate back on. Yeah, you just put that gasket on. We're good there. And yeah, so it's easy peasy, but I definitely recommend draining the oil.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're doing this, drain the oil. Very rarely do we go a long time with the hoses blowing and most of the hydraulic oil getting lost. That happens very often. So this machine in particular has actually been, again, knock on wood, good for that. I think like I said, we blew this hose here. And I think we might have had one other, that metal piece on the bottom side, a weld cracked years ago. And we lost almost all the oil there. But so it's been replaced at least once. And this is just a little top up, I guess. But so in this case, it probably should have been drained. But anyway, it's got all new filters. And, knock on wood, it doesn't blow a hose anytime soon. But time is ticking, so. All right, so got the cab all unlocked. Pulled our safety out of the way. With the new springs on. Oh, yeah, listen to that purr. How easy was that, putting it down?
It's pretty easy.
Can you lift it now? Hey, well, I mean, both of us couldn't do that before. That's how much of a difference it makes having brand new shocks on the two sides there. At least now, if you're by yourself, someone can actually lift this cab up. Sweet. So new cab shocks, new water pump, new pulley, new belt, both belts, all filters.
Yeah, both belts.
Oil, hydraulics, fuel, air. We're getting the only ones we're missing are the cab air filters. These guys, I got them coming. They're not here yet. They'll be arriving, I think, tomorrow or Friday. So
This is the old AC pulley.
Yeah.
It was riding just in that one section.
Yeah, it wasn't actually spinning.
So the bearing was shot.
And the belt was always squealing. So that's all new. Basically a brand new machine.
Yeah. For sale, $90K. Anyone wants it?
USD. Or euros. There we go. All right, just got to fasten everything up, and then it needs a proper wash with the cab up and the back open.